can we just practice some real basic, spiritual tools to keep us grounded? I mean, there's so much. There's so much. So, for today, I really wanted to talk about, because the theme of this episode is do it anyway, right? And so we get very clouded, or at least, I'll talk for myself, in my mental mind, my logical brain, which is reason, that straightforward kind of logic, but it doesn't leave room for the imagination, for, contemplation, right? And when I'm in my logical brain, I am not really experiencing the flow that, great spirit, God energy. And I mean, there's a balance to it all. But anyways, right now, what I'm talking about is really getting into that receptive mode so you can do it anyway. Because the mind, the monkey mind, constantly wants to tell me anyways that, there's all kinds of reasons why I shouldn't do what I want to do. And this is a solution-based episode, so we're not going to talk about all the reasons why, but we're going to talk about the solution. So what to do, how to get into the receptive mode so we can flow with universal vibration, right? And learn the lessons that we need to learn, right? And evolve as Mother Gaia evolves, right? So, I don't know, like where you guys are at in your own spiritual journey. You may have already been introduced to teachers such as Abraham Hicks and Neville Goddard. I will talk about a lot of them. But I just recently re-listened to this segment from Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks, and it was really all about getting into the receptive mode, right? And so the receptive mode, so it's kind of like when we're thinking about what we want in this world or whatever, it's not about trying to manifest it or trying to like poof, bring it in or whatever. Dude, all we're trying to do, and it's not even try, it's just aligning, just aligning our energy. She talks a lot about like just turning the dial to the frequency that we want to see, right? Like a freaking radio dial. And it's real simple, and it goes back, I've read a lot of spiritual texts. I take from a lot of them. I am down with the Bible. I think that it was divinely inspired. The first time that I actually interacted with the Bible was right after my grandmother died, well, in a real meaningful spiritual way. And I opened it up. And I feel that my grandfather, he was an Episcopalian priest, that he spoke through the Bible. And the first thing that I saw, and I can't remember what page it was on, but ask and you shall receive, right? And, I just got some nice chills with that. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you. And so, a lot of the spiritual teachers out there and stuff, I mean, really, it's basic. It's so freaking basic. And Abraham Hicks, she breaks it down to just ask, right? And then, of course, source, God, Great Spirit, what have you, answers. You receive it, right? But the reason you don't receive it immediately is because you gotta get your vibration into the right frequency, right? And so ask and receive, like, it's done, man. Like everything in this whole world, right, is done. It's done. It's all about just aligning our frequency to what it is that we want to experience in this now moment. And I know that, oh God, man, it is a hell of a lot harder than it's like the theory is always easier than the application. Back down to everyday spirituality, right? And so what we have to do is basically, man, just stay in your flow, stay in that, energy. And so how do you get in your flow? How do you get in the flow? And that moves us to, the next spiritual teacher that I wanted to talk about, Neville Goddard. I don't know. Yeah, he would consider himself a teacher. He was part of the New Thought movement, turn of the last century. You can look him up. He's got wonderful lectures online. And again, it's all about aligning the energy. I believe like one of his famous quotes is, and I'm not saying this verbatim, but, we're basically mirrors. And so what we are internally is what we see externally. So we are ourselves pushed out. I love that concept from Goddard, and it really helps me to, one, not get into a state of like, oh, what are all these mofos doing to me, right? Because I'm in control of all of it. It's all internal being pushed out. So it's a nice dose of humble pie, right? And it's like, oh shit, I created that. But then it's also like so empowering because it's like, oh, I created that, And yeah, so I really love Mr. Goddard. Thank you so much for all your time and energy. And so what he says is, when we're trying to get into that alignment, or not trying, because what is it that, our wonderful Jedi, trying is lying, young Jedi. But how do we get into that state, right? And so he has a lecture entitled How to Remain Unshakable in Your Assumption, right? Or in that state of consciousness where you can align with like, the beauty in this world, right? And so he gives three ways, and it's just three main concepts that honestly every spiritual path that I've studied, every main religion that I've looked at, it's just three ways to stay in the state that you prefer. One, feeling state, right? So energy equals motion, emotions, energy and motion, emotions, feelings, right? And so you want to get into the state where you can feel your vibrational best, man. And so however you get into that feeling state of just like, yeah, like I do a lot of visualizations, meditations, walking meditations, anything to, just block out the crazy world, right? And get into the state of where I'm, in a flow, right? And so, and feel that state, whatever it is that you need to do. And again, I've heard that some people can't like visualize. I am a big visualizer, so it's pretty easy for me just to kind of hop into, it doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter. You can be literally walking down the street. Maybe you've lost your shoe. Maybe you're in a state that you've never been in before and you're not really sure how you got there, okay? All you gotta do is get into the feeling state of, oh, okay, here I am. So, what's it gonna be? What am I gonna see? Can I trust? Yeah, why not? I'm here. So why not just trust the process, right? When you're walking down the street with one shoe on, honestly, you don't have a choice but to trust the process. And, so it's all about just feeling, getting that energetic, emotional energy of like, yes, this is who I am. I don't really care about what anyone else thinks because I am where I need to be for me, mofo. So that's how it be. You know what I mean? Like feeling it. Okay, the second is gratitude for whatever feeling state you're in. And that's it. So feel good, right? It's a choice. You can, focus on the fact that you only have one shoe, right? Or you can, I don't know, hop around and feel the energy, through your body. I mean, whatever, right? Second, gratitude. Just, I mean, come on, man. Like, if you're watching this right now, then that means that you got some kind of phone, or maybe you, like, I don't know, took someone else's, I don't know, but like, be grateful for that. And I mean, sometimes it's hard, man. I have been up and down the scale. I know how it feels, to wake up and be like, damn. I know that energy, I know the hustle, all of it, but I mean, man, there is always, I like to say, I mean, if we are on this side of the dirt, then man, we got half a chance. And honestly, I've been watching Ghosts lately, which, I mean, it's one of my favorite I love sitcoms. I'm like an 80s nerd. But they're like, dead, and they're here and they're still like evolving. So it's a never ending thing, right? So gratitude, 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 gratitude. Thank you, God. For like the little things. It's always, I mean, man, if you're like walking around a concrete jungle, you're still gonna see a butterfly. You're still gonna see maybe like a little daisy or a little sunflower. You're gonna see the things that you need to see. What is this? So like the aftermath of a shroom trip, someone says. Okay, I'm not really sure what that is in response to, but I think that our magic mushrooms are definitely gifts from the extra dimensionals. Anyways, that was a totally like left field thing. Anyways, let's get back. 3 ways to stay in the state you prefer. So the first, the feeling state. Energy, emotions, our emotions, we get to control them. Second, gratitude. I mean, get an attitude of gratitude. And I mean, man, once you really get into that gratitude, it's like, oh my God, really? Like, it's so exciting. Oh my God, thank you so much for just a cup of tea, This is some ashwagandha. My daughter, she actually turned me on to ashwagandha. I like to say that name like that, ashwagandha. Anyways, you guys, I am just like, I need to get back to it. Okay. The third step, and this is really cool, and I think, again, to just the practicality of it, and I like to bookmark things within a 24-hour period, and so this really works for me. Thanks, Goddard, for this idea. The evening revision, right? And so in the evening, just like sit down and review your day and see what, types of experiences came up for you. And, with the revision, it's not about like judging yourself, admonishment, like going, oh man, I can't believe I did that. I should have done XYZ or like whatever, because those types of energies are very dense and they cling and they keep us like, stuck sometimes. So we don't want that, but we want an honest, neutral review. And like, oh, okay, I was walking down the street and I heard a song, and that song triggered an energy in me, but that energy took me, I went south with it, right? And so just finding those moments, any kind of energy throughout the day that, has maybe brought up any dense energies, something that shook you, something that, because, it's within those places that we find kind of the energetic debris that is still kind of stuck in the body, right? And so, we take this, it's like, metacognition. We're becoming aware of our own actions, right, through this process of evening revision. And so we look at our choices. Okay. I stopped at the gas station to get gas, and I bought cigarettes, and I really was thinking maybe I wasn't going to buy cigarettes today, but gosh darn it, I did it anyway. So whatever, right? So then you review it and you're like, okay, I didn't really like that energy. So maybe I do something different. Anyway, so it's a pretty basic process. 3 things. How to remain unshakable in the state that you want to be in. 1, feeling is being. 2, gratitude for the desired state. And 3, at the end of the day, just revise, and keep on doing it, right? Every day, we learn new ways. Yay! So that's that. That is basically the end of, just how can we apply it in our everyday lives. And so, if you get in a place where you think that you're going kind of mentally cray-cray, right? Just stop, do a little body check-in. Like I'll tap my knees and stuff and just breathe. Feel your energy. Pause into it. What are my emotions, right? We don't have to check ourselves. We just observe it. Oh, that really triggered me to want to, go freak out on someone. Oh no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, let me get into a state of gratitude. Thank you for allowing me to be aware. Thank you. Whew, okay, guys. So, because it's all about practice creates our patterns, I mean, I believe that we came in here tabula rasa, and that nature and nurture, basically raised us. We have lots of conditioning patterns that if you're anything like me, we're maybe trying to move away from the ones that don't serve us anymore and open up and expand our energy. To what does serve.
I am a masterpiece, perfectly made. My beautiful energy never will fade.